Namaste everyone, welcome back to Patreon and welcome to Tchnique 20. So this is a 5th density geomancy induction and projection technique. This is a core strengthening technique for enhancing remote viewing abilities by strengthening the impressions and the impulses of direct cognition. So actually strengthening the actual visualization regarding the energy signature when you are active in a remote view. Okay, so this is a technique to just really allow you to program the other person's fifth dimensional blueprint or the standing scalar wave frequency through symbol encoding and symbol induction, bringing that into the body, and you can program that to the level of depth as you choose into the body. Some people don't need to take as much time inducting it into the chakra system, but as long as you are bringing those impulses into the body from their fifth dimensional template, it helps strengthen that electrical tethering or magnetic tethering, electromagnetism between the two of you. And it's going to establish the strength and integrity to the energy signature that you choose to remote view. And this can also be used to find more information about the other person, especially when you can have very clear remote views, as if you are literally standing in the room with them and hovering from a particular viewpoint in the room, seeing clearly what they are doing, what they're experiencing on a mental, emotional, physical, and psychic spiritual state. So the goal of the clarity of your remote views should be important to you. And this should be the goal as you practice techniques for remote viewing, should be to really strengthen the visibility of your remote view, because you want to have remote view experiences where you know for sure that you were in that room with that person viewing them, and you could literally call them and tell them what they were doing, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, how did you know that? Okay, so that's what's fun about this level of mastery and development of the mind. So this also may be more difficult for some people to achieve, and that is what this technique will assist to develop, is this ability, okay? And I will tell you how you can begin to also induct particular star signatures to increase your ability to remote view your galactic origin, galactic family, galactic nation, all of these things as well, okay? But I will say that it is easier to remote view other humans in the beginning. For one, other human beings can confirm your experiences. For one, that identification of their energy signature, whether it's on a 3rd, 4th, or 5th dimensional geomancy of that person's radial encryption, okay, you've had physical contact with that, so it's going to be a lot stronger. Also, even if you haven't had a physical encounter with this person, you can still have a very clear remote viewing with them if they have a very highly evolved light body, if they have a high electrical light body, if they have higher oscillation, higher frequency, less density, slower electron spin around their nucleus, shorter wavelengths, faster rate of Tchnique integration units of consciousness, than someone with the opposite qualities. Okay, so there are like particular scenarios that are going to allow you to remote view more easily depending on your psychic ability, your psychic level. Okay, for some people who are super, super psychic, none of these things matter. But for those of us who have to work up to these qualities and abilities, these are the particular things that may make these things more accessible for you. So if someone has the opposite of the qualities I just listed, let's say they are more dense, they have less electricity in the body, they have a lower frequency, then it's not going to be as easy to transmit the stimulation needed to access their field, because there's going to be more perceptual blockages, and there's just going to be less ability to see into their electrical field. So having particular people in mind to begin to practice this ability in the beginning of the development will also create more probabilities for success. And once you can clearly, visibly remote view, you will begin to be able to see how this can continue to apply and develop into more experiences. This is something you can develop with strategic training and focus of the mind. Okay, so the things to remember is if you're choosing someone to practice to strengthen this ability, choose someone that you have had physical contact with, or choose someone that has a high electrical light body, higher frequency, less density in their bioenergetic field. Also in the beginning, this may not be something you can do on demand either. It will be a development that comes and goes as your development to the awareness to what it is particularly you are experiencing when you are experiencing it. Because for some people, it's hard to identify whether they just experienced what they thought they just experienced. So as you trust in the experiences you are having, knowing for sure that that's what you experienced, then that heightened awareness is going to increase. Some remote views will be random and sporadic as well, because sometimes you don't have a choice in who or what you remote viewed, as your consciousness will randomly open up a clearing for an experience you were meant to see that is tied to a lesson or something that you are just supposed to have gained some type of insight on for some reason that is connected to your path, possibly down the road or in your present. Or even from your past. So it can kind of be all over the place as to what you were meant to see, but it's all about the constant conscious recognition of the remote view experience that will develop your ability to activate more remote views on demand, or the activation of the desired experience to come forth. So like I said, having physical contact and access to their fifth density geomancy and inducting this into your bioenergetic field will open the perceptual bridges into their reality fields. And the key is to physically download the fifth dimensional geomancy of that other person. So physical contact will need to occur for the strongest remote viewing ability. And this is where you intake and induct the fifth dimensional imprint into your chakra system, into your Kathara system, and you expand this out particularly in the second and fourth dimension of your bioenergetic field to program into the emotional body and into the heart consciousness. Okay, and geomancies are specific symbol codes that possess an energy reality in the form of scalar wave configurations that correspond to frequency bands in the interdimensional spectrum. The Rishik symbol code is what we are going to use today, which is the Vesica Pisces with the Merkaba symbol in the middle. This symbol creates a perceptual bridge that links the frequencies of the 1st through the 12th dimensional level that corresponds to the 5th density. And this will also form a perceptual bridge to the 3rd dimensional awareness. So please have done Technique 5 for bioenergetic field integrity prior to doing this, and also Technique 6, detecting variations in frequency as the induction process into the chakra system, are all skills that can be applied in this technique. So remember, this is a core strengthening technique to enhance the visibility into the person you are trying to remote view's reality field. Okay guys, so are you ready? Step 1. I want you to go ahead and pineal induct the Rishik code. So pineal induction is simply where you blur your eyes just a little bit, and it may have helped to have done Technique 4 pineal induction just to understand the process of pineal induction and what this is all about for more detailed instruction. But we'll kind of briefly go through it. So pineal induction, you simply blur your eyes just a little bit. You take a nice inhale and you visually imprint the symbol in through your third eye, okay? And for the sake of induction, to verify that you have inducted the symbol, you want to place it on the back of the forehead. And I always recommend turning the symbol white for the 12th dimension, as that's a very, that's a color known for purification and for the highest integrity of the intention. Okay, so place it on the back of the forehead. Now what I want you to do is I want you to actually take it off the inside of the forehead, and I want you to turn the symbol horizontally and place it down around the pineal, with the pineal in the center of the hierophant or the pineal in the center of the Merkaba. So it should be on a horizontal plane in your brain, okay, with the pineal in the center of this symbol, okay? And like I said, turn it white for the 12th dimension. Now inhale and exhale and push this symbol down to the 4th dimensional heart chakra. Now I want you to visualize the person you wish to remote view in front of you. If they are present, have them stand in front of you, okay? And this is why that physical contact can be so beneficial to increase your ability to remote view them when they're not around. So what I want you to do is, if you have this person that you're practicing this on around you, place your left hand on their heart, okay, while you do the visualization, because for one, the left hand is on the receiving end of your body and it is closest to your heart. So you're receiving that impulse through your hand, and you can pull that imprint and that cognition and that energy encryption through your hand as well, okay? If they are present, you can go ahead and do that. It's going to increase your ability to remote view them when you're not around them through the energetic induction, and the physics of your mechanics will also be a lot stronger. Okay, so but if they are not present, I want you to just visualize that person standing in front of you. Step 2, inhale and exhale and push the Rishik code from your heart chakra toward the person or being or energy signature that you are trying to remote view. Okay, so you can also do this with star systems, and I recommend that for trying to remote view particular galactic nations. So if you are trying to remote view galactic ultra-terrestrials, star families, all of these things, you're trying to gain more deeper insight into the astral higher 4th through 10th density experiences with your Star Nation family. You can, what I have done for myself is I've visualized the Stargate system in front, and it helps to visualize that Stargate system by color and also by its radial magnitude and also by its chemical components. Okay, so if it's a high hydrogen, usually they're high hydrogen and high helium, you would want to visualize this elemental component and place your Rishik code around that. Okay, so that's something you can do to be able to remote view better into consciousness, visibility, and fields of Stargate nations. Okay, so if you're trying to do that with the Stargate system. If not, then go ahead and just place this around the being that you are visualizing. Breathe normally, and with each exhale, I want you to imagine the symbol expanding around your target with the person, being, or energy signature in the center of the Merkaba. Step 4. Once the symbol has expanded to encompass your target, continue to breathe strong breaths that on the inhale draw an imprint of the target energy signature back into your 4th dimensional heart chakra. Continue inhaling their energy signature until you can begin sensing its reality field. Okay, so you can take your time with this. You don't have to rush through this process. Just continue to breathe and imprint that reality field into your heart chakra. Okay, one way to know that you have fully done this is you may begin to feel this energy expanded into your shoulders. Okay. Step 5. You should be receiving impressions, impulses, and insight into the target energy signature. On the next inhale, draw the energy signature up into your pineal gland and be still for 10 seconds, breathing softly, giving yourself a minute to allow your cognition to sit with this energetic link. Step 6. Inhale and contract the Rishik code, becoming smaller again, returning to your 4th dimensional heart chakra. Inhale and exhale and here is where you have the choice of how much more you would like to induct the energy encryption into your body. You can either go ahead and end the visualization and allow the Reshit code to dissipate back into your bioenergetic field, or if you want to take it a little bit further, you can inhale, exhale, push the Reshit code down through each chakra system, starting with the root, and through breath work, you would expand that out horizontally into the bioenergetic field within each chakra wheel, starting with the root. Or you can just do the second and fourth dimension for a quicker activation and integration. I always will just do the second and the fourth, but for some people it does help to go through all chakra system. And you inhale, exhale, push it down on the exhale. Inhale, exhale, expand it out horizontally in your field. Inhale, exhale, bring it back in. Move it, inhale, and bring it up to the next chakra. Inhale, exhale, push it out horizontally into your field. Inhale, exhale, bring it back in. Okay, and go through and run that through all chakras in the body. And then after you do that, you can choose to end the visualization. When the visualization is over, you can get a journal and write down what you would like to know about this person when you're not with them, what you would like to see. And this can feel somewhat like spying, but I choose not to really see it that way. I choose to believe that you will be shown the things that you should be shown, so to speak. If it has something to do with you and your connection and your experience and your relationship together, the probability that you two hold together, or aspects of your divinity and deeper knowing, that things will be revealed to you. So, yeah, setting the purity of your intention also gives permission to your higher states of awareness to begin preparing your conscious mind for these experiences to present. So be aware when they do present, and don't second guess what you see. Trust every vision and experience to be true representation of your higher mind development. Okay guys, so I just wanted to say thank you so much and namaste. I hope you enjoyed this technique, and I will be back with another technique soon. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being committed to my Patreon. I really, really appreciate your love and support, and I hope to continue to grow within bioregenesis with you guys. So namaste, keep working on your techniques, keep developing the higher mind, and I will be back soon. Much love.